Nuts. 5x5, please. We really need this to be working for sure. My God, look at that. Free, free, free. I've had it up to here with this stuff of the eclipse. I am not pulling the chain. Well, thanks, honey. Well, that's cool. So, yes. Oh, engineer to succeed. Matt, good to see you. Brilliant. So we're good. Excellent. Well, it went 333 and then down to 273. Bizarre. Anyway, just bear with us while we get all of this set up. We've got the audio and visual checks confirmed. That's very, very good. We have got some stuff to talk about this eclipse. Now, this all started for me on the recent live stream I think it was last Friday. And then in the comments, someone said, have you been finding out what's going on with the eclipse? People in America are going nuts. And I'm like, okay, eclipses happen now and again. So, you know, let's have a look into it, shall we? I knew there was something earmarked with comets and eclipses in November, which happens to be US election time. So I was looking at that about 2 years ago. But this solar eclipse, the stuff that's coming out is crazy. Now, it's very, very hard to understand what's really going on, which is made up and stuff. But some of the things which I've found out myself is astonishing. If you think coincidences are real, and this is probably not for you, but if you believe coincidences, nothing is by coincidence. Everything is by design. And I think the sooner them people get their head around that concept, the probably better it is for them. Because, you know, how many coincidences are you going to need? What's going on with this eclipse? It's bonkers. We got 652 people in the chat right now. I watched a live stream on a replay from a really good friend of mine in Texas. Some of you might know him. His name's Jason. He runs a channel called Archaics. Me and Jason chat as and when we can. We're both really, really busy. I've emailed him and I'm waiting for him to reply. And if he gets it in time, we could be seeing him live right here tonight on this live stream. So I'm going to be checking periodically because I've done about 3 or 4 videos with Jason now, some of them live streams. And in typical Jason fashion, he always gets back really, really late. Okay. It's just... It's just who he is. He is seriously busy. The guy is literally artificially kept awake by caffeine. So he's not got back. I've left him all sorts of messages because it was basically off the bat of what Jason was looking into. And I decided to zero in on a few things which he was talking about and expanded upon it to look even deeper. So we found out some stuff which hasn't been put online yet. All right. So this is pretty crazy. All right, this is pretty crazy, and as preppers I think we really do need to understand potential risks. This is more earmarked obviously for people in America. All right, so if you can whilst we wait for people to come on board, all right, is anyone watching from America right now? If you are, can you please share this live stream as soon as you can with any fellow Americans, especially if they're going to be in that line of totality with this eclipse coming up in the 8th. And it's not that far away. I think it's about 17 days. I'm not joking. We've had a fair few things set up for this presentation already. And within the last 40 minutes, news is breaking everywhere. If you didn't already know, Kate Middleton is being diagnosed with cancer. That literally broke not that long ago. The stuff that I'm finding out about that and everything else is insane. We've been finding out stuff about the Pope. Unbelievable. We've been finding out stuff about Pfizer, Biden. There's so many things. It's just incredibly nuts. Okay. We are going to crunch some numbers and we're going to look into stuff and it's mind blowing. All right. It really, really is. There's all sorts of stuff all over social media about the eclipse. And some of you guys have probably seen loads of it already. Now, we're not going to be talking about Nazareth and all of the rest of it, and all of these towns, etc., etc., etc. It's already been done. So, in my opinion, there's no point keep regurgitating and repeating information which is already out there. As far as I know, this information is not out there. Okay, so D, yeah, the Pope are literally just been getting back on that, and we're going to be talking about that in a sec, so stay tuned. We have got lots. We're just waiting for the magic number of 1,000 people to get in the chat. We're currently at 890, if that's to be believed. So yes, we are literally appealing for anyone who is in America right now. We want to try and get them on this live stream because we want to see and hear what's been going on. I've got some video footage to share with you guys, something really crazy and very, very strange, which is being already put in place right near the X marks the spot. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just stay with me, bear with me, because you're going to find out a lot. Yes, we've got breaking news. Oh, cool. Scott, Wessex Blades, good to see you, mate. Awesome. Yes, I know we've just been finding out about 40 people have just been killed in Moscow. Gunmen. I think there was 5 gunmen. There's over 100 people so far that have been injured. And obviously, as these sorts of scenarios go, that number is expected to rise, probably drastically. We'll have to wait and see. What did Nostradamus say about the royals? Very good. Yes. So we are, as I say, we're waiting for a few people. Anyone in America? Can you let me know? I haven't seen anyone. Pilgrim, good to see you, Jay. Really cool. Obviously, Matt, engineer to succeed from America. So yes, here we go. Just in time is in Utah, 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Good to see you, Justine. That's awesome. That's fantastic. We got Magogo over in Florida. Awesome. I usually wait for 1,000. It's 978. We're just going to get into it because I'm not joking. This is just going to go on. Stuff is breaking all of the time. Right. Okay. So we are going to come out of the where are you from? Sorry, guys. We just haven't got time. We got important stuff to get onto. So before we crack on, if you can like the video, it's cool. In my opinion, that's what I always do. I'll go into a video and I like it straight away because I know it's going to be cool. It's just saves worrying about it later on. It's done. And that helps to get this video out there so loads of people can see it and hopefully be in time to join in with the live stream. If you are a subscriber, fair play. If you're not, consider it because you are going to be getting some breaking live streams. Okay, it's really, really nuts. Everything is set up good. We're all rocking and rolling. Right. Okay. Let me just have a quick look. Now, like I said, we are going to be looking at some crazy things. Right, here we go. 1,116. Right, we're going to start with this, which Jason, my friend, Jason Bashirs, he put on his presentation, and we are going to use that to illustrate a point. So this is special thanks shouting out to Jason, who has literally been on point with the isometrics. Okay, we are going to look at this right now. Okay, so some of us have been familiar when we see the map that has got a great big X on it. Basically, the 2 lines in the shape of an X, one sort of line's going one direction and one's going the other. Basically, they're 2 different eclipses and 2 different dates. Okay, so the first one we are going to look at is the 21st of the 8th, 2017. Okay, that was when that eclipse happened. The 8th of the 4th, 2024, which is only like a few days away now, a few weeks away. And you look at precisely right in the middle of those 2 eclipses, we see the date there, the 14th of December, 2020. Now, Jason's already put a few things on there. What happened? Now, listen, when we talk about smack bang in the middle of those 2 eclipses, okay, which happened in the Americas, so North and South America, right bang in the middle, the 14th of December 2020. Okay, that's what we're going to have a look into right now. It's crazy. So let me just try and get all this teed up. Here it is. Right. Okay. So this is going to be from the usual suspects who do appear to have a hand on everything. Don't forget that date I just said. Okay. You ready for this? Look at this. The 14th of December, 2020. Look what the World Economic Forum announced publicly. I'm not joking. You can't make this up. This was actually on their website, dated then when they released about all of this information from the issue. Okay. That was just one thing. Wow, 1,200 people. That was pretty damn fast. Share the link, guys. We've got some stuff to get into. What I want is your help and input in the live chat so we can all talk about what we're all finding out. We're trying to collate information together as a community. So that date again, smack bang in the middle, okay? The 14th of December, 2020. All of these things happened on that day. And lots of it's already been spoken about. Some of it's, in my opinion, irrelevant. This one's already been touched on by Jason Breshears. I'm not claiming any glory for this whatsoever. Sorry? Jason's doing a live stream now. He is not. Oh man, I'm going to kick his ass. Thanks. So yes, look at that. The US administers their first shots of you know what on that day, which Jason already mentioned. Now over here, look at this, the presidential election. Okay, Jason already blew this up as well. Officially elects the next president, Mr. Joe Potato Biden. But this is one thing which hasn't been talked about anywhere. On this day, several Google services go down without warning around 11:50 UTC, including YouTube, Google Search, Google Play, Discord, and Pokemon Go. All of that went down with Twitter as well. Okay, so all of that absolutely happened too. Sorry, I'm just getting over the fact that Jason's done a live stream at the same time. He's supposed to be doing it Saturday. Unbelievable. Now, in 22 hours time. Oh, never mind. I got a bit presumptuous there. Yes, thank God for that. But yes, whilst I was looking at some of Jason's material, I've looked everywhere and I can't find his notes, but I managed to find the number based on Jason's research. Now, I'm going to hop into the live chat right now, and I don't usually do this. Oh, Shiva Shampoo, you can help me out here because I know you're a true errant and you're going to get me. Now, based upon the dates of the isometrics that we just showed on Jason's screen share just now, I discovered the number 392. Now, I can't for the life of me find out how I come up with that number, but it was really significant from what Jason was talking about in his live stream he done only the other day. And it's an awesome live stream. If you haven't seen it, just check it out. It's really, really informative. And he talks about a fair few things which no one else is talking about. So what we're doing here is we're expanding upon that and trying to show more things which just isn't out there. Some of this is coding. Mr. Bull, who's Jason? He runs a YouTube channel called Archaics. Pamela, if you can hit the link up there for people who don't know who Jason is, or honey, if you know how to do it, that'd be cool. Yeah, but he runs a YouTube channel called Archaics, and we're friends, and it's awesome. I was hoping to get him on here tonight, but he's just so busy. He is going live tomorrow, as my partner just said, 22 hours from now. So yeah, hopefully we can get something set up, because I know, man, the amount of emails I'll get that want me and Jason to go live again. We will be soon. I've just been really busy. Shiva, no, I can't find 392, but anyway, we are going to roll with it. Okay, this is got some importance with the eclipse dates and the timings. So when I looked into 392, we found out it was a frequency, okay? And the note used was the note G, okay? Where is it? It come here. There it is. So that 392 hertz, that has some significance with the eclipse and the dates. And I wish to God I could bloody find it. I've done a screenshot, but I've done it like a split second too late. And the important information which I needed to jog my memory just wasn't there. And I just ran out of time trying to find it. But 392 is significant, okay? Some of you guys really switched on will know it. And as we just saw, it translates into the note from the frequency range, which we all know from our learned friends, the G, the same as they use on this harebrained organization. Coincidence? Maybe, but like we are going to learn, all right? The coincidences and all of this stuff is just bonkers. Now, let me just close some of these down. Right. Also, who remembers me doing a live stream quite a while ago when we was talking about what happened in the London Olympics in 2012? Now, I'm sure some of you guys on here know what I'm talking about the significance of the opening and indeed the closing ceremony of the Olympic Games in 2012. Very important. It predicted everything which happened in 2020. It predicted that lunatic Russell Brand going around getting everyone to just whistle and jump to his tune. So 2012 Olympics, remember that. More significance coming your way. You ready for this? This is on a Pink Floyd website, okay? Now, the London Games, let me just check if you guys can see the full screen. Yes, epic. That's really cool. Okay. So, yes, the London 2012 opening ceremony. The first track that they used was Time, okay? Important. Remember Time. And that was from the album, and it should be called Dark Side of the Moon. Shiva, you know, the Dark Side of the Moon. No, it's called just Dark Side of the Moon. That's the Mandela effect, but that's another story, right, Shiva? For sure. Now look at this. It lit up the skies at precisely 12:37 a.m. Look at this. The sound of Pink Floyd's Eclipse rang out loud and clear in the stadium. So when you start hearing words and songs called Eclipse in that ceremony, absolutely, it's got fundamental ripples in time moving forward to where we are going in the big one, which is next month. Okay, it's very, very crazy. And if I can just share it with you, there we go. There it is, right there. The 2012 opening ceremony, Pink Floyd Eclipse. Okay, 11 years ago. Crazy sense of irony. Right, let me just close that because we got stuff coming in. Carl, you're an absolute legend. Carl, I don't want to say your surname online, but you know who you are. You can't believe how much you're supporting the channel. Also, you guys who've been donating during the week, incredible. Really, really appreciate that. Right, let me just see. Right, okay. So this was coming into the fore as I was setting up this presentation, right? Bear with me. This is crazy if you didn't already know. Okie dokie. So, Kate Middleton, 42 years of age. Okay. Now, I want you to look at this. Look. Can you see this? She was born on the 9th of January, 1982. Okay. 42 years. Now, the 9th of January, 1982, this lady was born. Right, let me just try and find everything. Right, here we go. It's that one. This has been blowing up everywhere. Okay, so the date of birth I just said, look at this. On precisely the same date, the 9th of January 1982, she was born on a lunar eclipse. How weird is that? This news about her cancer only just broke like 1 hour ago. And we are looking at what's coming and what's happened. So this is past and the future is not far away. So this is the lunar eclipse. Like I said, she was absolutely born on that very day of the lunar eclipse. I know, bear with me, it gets even more freakier. Okay, we got some deep stuff. It's nuts actually. How? Where is it? Right, okay. So when we look at today, which is the 27th of March, and the April the 8th, which is when the solar eclipse is. So that is 17 days before this date, which is the solar eclipse. Okay, so it's 17 days from now. That's when the eclipse is happening. The number 17. So any of you look into Freemasonry, this is Scottish, right? So it goes right up to 33 degrees. We're talking about the 17th degree, 17 days away, okay? 17th and the use of biblical symbols. Look at this. I forgive my pronunciation. Rose Croix, it says, but I'm guessing it's not pronounced Croix. Translates to the red cross. The red cross. I know. And what do we see? The red cross right here. So this was the other eclipse we were talking about, 2017, and this is the one which is 17 days away, right at that cross there, at the epicenter there. I know some of you guys are probably privy with some of this intel already, but there's a place called Little Egypt. What are the chances of that being put right there? And like my partner also pointed out, when you got the X, when you take away the top part of the X, you are left with a pyramid, precisely in a place called Little Egypt. Very bizarre. Let me just take away some of these Dark Side of the Moon with the Pink Floyd, etc. And like I said before I do, you remember me saying earlier on with that number 392, when it translates into the key, I think it was called, of G, sorry, note. When we look at the song called The Eclipse, which was on that 2012 Olympics, it opens with G, the G note of that song. It's crazy. Also, like I said, coincidences, we don't really believe in coincidences. I believe that the universe is constructed with numbers. Numbers are very important. Nikola Tesla once said, if you want to know the secrets of a universe, look at numbers, frequency, and sound. So, of course, we should absolutely listen to this. So if you want to look at the precise time span between the two eclipses, we have 6 years, 6 months, and 6 weeks. And some say 6 days. Some people are saying 5 days. Yes, so I know we have Christians out there, and we know some of us have the notion that 666 has a significant meaning also. Right, we just removed that on there, and we can take that. And like we saw earlier, we literally had no time to look into this with numbers. But this was only like a few minutes ago when we found out the news that 40 people have been wasted over in Moscow, and it says, according to the Guardian, that over 100 people have been wounded. I'm not sure what the very latest is on that. Maybe it's got some significance, maybe it hasn't. So thank you to Owen and the Real Top Cat for those donations. That's very, very cool. And we're just going to drop into the chat real quick. I'm a bit on tender hooks because, like I say, Jason usually contacts me right at the last minute, and if he does, I can get him on there right now. So we're just going to check. No, nothing. I think they're Texas. They're 6 hours behind over there. So what we're going to do now, this is quite strange. Someone mentioned the Pope earlier. I haven't been able to. I'm trying to think if it's 211. Right, but we're going to roll with this because, in my opinion, like I said earlier, when it comes down to eclipse and stuff like that, the Pope always has some bearing, a lot of significance into that. So we're not talking about the Club of Rome. This is something completely different. So we're going to roll with this on the screen right now. On the big day itself, Pope's going to be 87 years, 3 months and 22 days, adding up to 201. Now, I know not everyone is going to fully understand this. Some of you probably will when you look at the significance of 201. Who remembers Event 201? You remember that? That was basically those players who are literally announcing it publicly, but in some sort of a discreet, covert fashion. Basically, what they talked about is exactly what happened in 2020, and we all know what happened in 2020. This was released at the end of 2019, and we have 1,666. Crazy. Let me just have a look. All right, we're going to save that. Cool. Call me an old fudge nuggets, but that had to be saved. Sorry. Yes, right. Okay. Remember what I was saying earlier on, where we've been having strange footage. Now, we're going to roll this. I want you to tell me if anyone can verify this. Would anyone know precisely where this location is? Maybe the lady narrating on this video, maybe their accent, so someone will have an idea. I know we've got some American friends watching right now live. If you're watching on the replay, can you whack it in the comment section? We want to try and find out a bit more information about this video, which is 2 minutes long. So I want you to watch it. It's not very long, and we can discuss it after. Okay, this was taken very, very close to where the eclipse is going to be viewed in America.
So how about y'all? We're coming up here, and what do we see? Check this out. This was last week. This lot was completely empty. You've got cops back here. You've got tents set up, and I'm going to talk low because right there's a cop. Don't go too far because you're in the lane to turn right there. All right, you've got cops here. You've got tents, canopy tents set up, and you've got all these budget moving trucks. This lot was completely empty a couple days ago. What are they preparing for? Please tell me if anybody knows, what are they preparing for? Here you got the big old light set up. Now we're gonna make a right here. And is it no turn on red? No turn on red. But tell me, what are they preparing for? Up here you got a cop. Now, I know they usually take over parking lots like when there's a hurricane, and then they, for FP&L and the sorts, but there's no hurricane coming. The only thing that's coming is the eclipse. But I don't know, this is odd. All the budget moving trucks. Oh wait, we're gonna make this right soon. we go. We're going to make a right, I think. There's more cops. There's 2 cops over there. They see them filming this. They try to pull us over. Here you go. Here we go. All of these budget moving trucks. Now we got a different kind. We got U-Hauls. We got more trucks. What are all these? And you got cops back there too. What are all these trucks for? Why are they taking over the parking lot? What is going on, y'all? Tell me. Like the video.
Okay, so what do we think of that? Do we think it's BS? Do we think it's staged? Do we think it's anywhere near where this eclipse is going on? Bob reckons Virginia. So, and we've got Patricia in Ohio. Aha, okay. I've got a friend. I don't know if she's here. Sunny, Ohio, probably not. I've not seen her name anywhere. What's in the trucks? Your guess is as good as mine, Adrian. Bo, that's a good idea. Trace the plates and follow it up. Yeah, very cool. Very, very good. I like that. And we've got Lisa saying palm trees over in Florida. Like I say, because I'm not over there, so I don't know. But some of you guys I know are. So this is great that we're trying to work as a team here to try and figure out where this location is. Ah, Chuck. Hey, dude. Hope you're doing well. We remember this back in 2021, don't we? Or was it 2020? I can't remember now. When we had the BLM stuff going on in the States. Rioters. Could that be possible? I've not really considered that. Loads of people being shipped in. To be honest, though, if you're going to be moving loads of rioters inside trucks and they've got to sit there for 17 days, I don't know how they're going to keep that quiet. Nonetheless, it's all information coming in. Connie, that's what we're trying to ascertain. We've got Carolina and Florida so far. We're trying to get to the bottom of it. Jason's saying anonymous meeting. Hilarious. Oh, I can't believe you guys. Where is it? Now, that's what we're trying to find out. I don't know where it is. That's why I'm asking. You know what, Luke? He just picked up on earthquakes. That's another thing, but this has already been discussed before on previous channels, and Jason mentioned it too. Every single time that we have a solar eclipse, somewhere on the planet, we have big earthquakes not long after. Okay, so that's something to be mindful of. We are looking at where the cross is, like we saw on the map earlier on in the live stream. I think it's called Madrid, New Madrid, or something like that, where there has been earthquakes happened right at that spot. Now, where that X is, where that Madrid, New Madrid is, it's where the fault plates, I'm not going to say collide, but where they meet. Okay, so there's a high possible chance that there will be an earthquake precisely where that X is. I'm running along with Jason. I'm thinking we're looking at California. The amount of earthquakes that happen out in Cali with the San Andreas fault line, it's more plausible, in my opinion, that we are going to be seeing some earthquakes probably within the next 2 or 3 weeks after 17 days time. So this is another thing which there's lots of preppers who watch this, and I know we got some preppers over in America watching this too. So yeah, anyone in California, I would definitely start making preparations for your earthquake bag ready. How this is panning out. Darren was saying immigrants, a possible trigger uprising, not beyond the realms of possibility. Well, here we go. If you want to see the world's most retarded comment, eclipses does nothing. If anything happens, it's man-made. All right. Please ignore. Oh, wow. So, this is quite interesting. Foxfield farmer thought we saw a palm tree. The last time I looked, we don't have those in Illinois, you know, where Chicago is. So, yeah, absolutely. You won't have palm trees up there. Not natively, anyway. Hiding immigrants in the trucks. Yeah, that's a long time to wait, 17 days. But anyway. No, this is good because we got nearly 1,800 people in the chat. I hope you guys are all good. Yeah, we've got some arseholes in the chat, so I don't know what the moderators are doing. I know it's really busy. So, yeah. Okay, that's very kind. Blimey. So what we got here? Someone said I should get Russell on the show. If you're talking about Russell Brand, you can swing one. Alrighty. Okay. Yeah, this is nowhere near hurricane season. Someone called Lisa. Yes, that's correct. On the 24th, there is a lunar one. It's very difficult to do the projections with some solar and lunar. We're trying to just focus on the solar for now, but no, absolutely, it's got its place. Very worthy of bringing it up to. Well, we've got a defeatist attitude here. They already know we're all in the dark. That's the idea of community, so we can think together, use our intuition, and try and figure out what's going on before said time happens, so we can help and plan. That's the whole idea. I'm always positive. I ain't got time for negative, man. No way. Well, this location, I don't know what to think of that. So it's really interesting. Blue beam. There we go. Thank you, honey. 580 thumbs up. Out of, we got nearly 1,800 people. So a lot of people have forgot. If you could just quickly nip out and hit the thumbs up and come straight back in, it really helps because we want to try and get loads of people in this live stream. Interesting. Aha. EMP. Now that has not been spoken about before. Very, very interesting. Electromagnetic pulse, if you guys don't know. I know most of you do. But yeah, that would be a really good time to set off an EMP under the guise of a solar event. Now, if you remember, when Jason Breshears, he done this video about predictions last year, speaking about this year, and I think last year as well. And he said he can see a time based on the analysis of what happens in the past will repeat again in the future over certain time frames. It's really, really interesting stuff to look into. And it gives us preppers a massive heads up so we can literally flatten the curve ourselves. And I remember him saying that he can see a time this year where the internet goes down. Now, how long for? He didn't say, we don't really know, but he really says that this year the internet will go down globally and come back up. But when it comes back up, it's going to be different. Now, when you coincide that notion with the basis of they are trying to push digital ID, there's no way that they can run their central bank digital currency without everyone being issued with digital identity. It's not going to work. So when everyone gets digital ID and they start rolling out and doing prototype test runs with central bank digital currency, imagine having all of that set up, then they crash the internet. Now, when you look at the D-Wave quantum computers, if you don't know what D-Wave quantum computers are, have a little look. They are by far the world's most powerful supercomputers that we have, that is publicly known, or I should hasten to add. With all of that and the advancement, the huge leaps which artificial intelligence are gaining day upon day now, absolutely they can figure out how to just literally completely shut down the whole internet. Now, can you imagine how crazy that would be? And in fact, if I can find it, where is it? Here we go. Now, this was from the World Economic Forum, which was done a few years back now. And they was talking about a cyber attack with the issue like characteristics. Very, very interesting point when you're talking about an EMP there. But what other things can we throw into the equation? What about the guide stones? Be very interesting to do some number crunching on how many characters in total was used in all of this on the guide stones. Incidentally, they've been destroyed now. They are no longer here, but we've got loads of photographs, loads of videos. People have been there and seen it. If we was to calculate how many characters and letters and numbers were used on the entirety, run that through some sequential software, and then when we see this, to maintain humanity under 500 million people in perpetual balance with nature. And then the date that that was taken down, I've done live streams on this before, the date when that come down was probably significant when we look at things like the solar eclipses and indeed the lunar eclipses. Loads of this stuff, believe it or not, does have so many links and coincidences. I know there's going to be skeptical people out there who just aren't in touch with their intuition. They won't get any of this. They're going to think this is just conspiracy. They're going to think this is nonsense. This is poppycock until things happen. And then we look at history and look at the dates and think, absolutely, all of this has been said before. The problem is it's difficult to get this information out there, rightly or wrongly, but to encourage people to think and to question and to do their own research. That is the fundamental whole message behind all of this movement. You've got people out there who are going to say, this is bullshit. This is like nothing to do with prepping, etc. This has got everything to do with prepping. The more heads up that we can have, the more we can plan and prepare. And it's not just, you know, believing what the mainstream news is saying so we can plan and prepare. If you want to believe the mainstream arseholes, fair shout. If you want to develop intuition and look deeper into how things really work and try to figure out stuff that way, that's a much greater angle to run with, rather than saying, this is all David like conspiracy stuff, it's rubbish. Well, I've got a question for you, all right? And I want you to answer this. What is the difference between a conspiracy theory and the truth? About 6 months. Because what I'm saying now, come back in 6 months' time and see if I was right or wrong. It's unbelievable, all this stuff that's going on. And I know, you know, some people are asleep and some people are awake. Some people are waking up. And don't forget, we was all asleep at one point, so don't be so hard on yourself, okay? So we're just dropping into immigrant. We're going to roll it right down. A week, not 6 months. Amazing. All right. Owen Gray, thank you for those donations, and thank you to Simon over on PayPal. That's really cool, dude. Appreciate that. That's awesome. There we go. Thanks you for that. There we go. That was destroyed. Now, I'm guessing that you're in Texas, maybe. So the 7th of the 6th in the UK would be the 6th of July. I don't know why Americans put the month before the week. I don't understand that. But anyway, that's an important date to note as well. Awesome. Appreciate that. Cool. Right, just clicking on that. No, exactly. I was, I was looking into that earlier before we come on. We literally run out of time. And yes, they are endings, end points. Now, if I can find it, I don't know if I've still got it up here. That was the Illuminati 201, in reference to the Pope with this eclipse. Right. Okay. Also, this is not really being talked about as much as it probably deserves. Okay. Now, who knew about this? On the same time, we have a comet. How did I forget this? Comet Pons Brooks. Now, for some weird reason, this has been called publicly all over the planet the Devil Comet. I know you can't make this up. When we looked at the 6 months, the 6 weeks, the 6 days, etc., it's crazy. The bright comet will be visible during next month's total solar eclipse. Very unusual coincidence. It is. What are the friggin' odds of this? Currently, the comet is just on the edge of visibility to the unaided eye. Best visible with binos in the early evening sky towards the constellation of Pisces. So I believe that's south. Right. Okay. I'm talking about the totality during the event. Someone else has put this up there. Oh man, someone thinks it's Nibiru. Oh, I'm not buying it. Not a chance. Also, some of you guys, The Simpsons, yes, they've spoken about this date and everything ages ago. Someone's saying the National Guard, they've been called up. There's so many things. Let me see if I can stop sharing that and that. Erica, thank you for that on PayPal. That's awesome. Let me just try and find. I think I starred it. So, right, let me just bring the comments down and see where we are. Okay. Now, I got sent this email. I need to find it because something's telling me that this has got some relevance here. I'm just seeing because I've got 1,846 unread emails so far. You guys have been blowing up everything. We've just got one. This is classic Mandela effect. My Dad is the first edition. I can confirm that Pink Floyd album is called The Dark Side of the Moon and not a Mandela effect. Well, it's funny. It's really funny because you can find photographs out there of it saying Dark Side of the Moon, not The Dark Side of the Moon. And the weird thing is, obviously, you're not on board with this is a simulation. It's really hard to explain, but yeah, the Mandela effect. I know people, right? A Mandela effect. There was a quote in the Bible, and they've memorized it hundreds of times throughout their entire life, and they know what that quote says. In fact, if you can look at that picture there with the lion and the lamb, some of you Bible guys are going to know straight away what verse that is. And if you can hit up in the chat, we can see straight away. And I want you to check this out. This is to the guy who just sent me an email about the Mandela effect. You recite that quote word for word for years and years and years. You know it. And that person opened their Bible and they looked at that exact verse and it's worded differently. Yet they've been reciting it thousands of times for years. Explain how that happens. It's just another thing. Anyway, we're not going to go into the Mandela effect. No, I've done a live stream on that. In fact, that done pretty good. Right, I just need to find. I'm pretty sure I starred it. It's typical that the email platform that I'm using, they only frigging changed it recently, and it's really hard to find stuff on there. That's typical. Aha, found it. Thanks for the info. Oh, right, sorry, they just replied to it. The original, yes. Right, this was sent to me on the 16th of March, so a few days back, okay? This is from Texas, all right? Now, the names are going to be changed to protect the innocent. You've heard that before. You cannot believe the craziness surrounding the eclipse. This is on my phone, okay? This is the email. I live approximately 3 miles from one of the military bases in Texas. There has been constant training at the base. We hear large booms from tanks and gunfire that's so loud it rattles the windows. I can believe that too. This happens during the day and at night time, even around 3 a.m. The city has told locals to stay at home if possible during the eclipse. Has any of you been told by official personnel to stay at home during the eclipse? We want to know why. I've seen the eclipse in the UK in 1999. It was amazing. Why Americans are being told to stay at home during the eclipse is beyond me. 1,800 people in the chat. Also, if you can share this live stream, get him on here right now because we got a while to go yet. We got more stuff to uncover. This email gets interesting. I want you to pay attention, okay? We also have to register all events, 50 plus people during this time. They have told the residents to stock up on food and bottled water and gas in their cars. Well, that's petrol, okay? By April the 6th. This is 2 days prior to the eclipse, okay? Get enough food and water to last a week. Expect major shortages on food and gas. Grocery deliveries are being suspended for that day. No garbage pickup on Monday and Tuesday, the day of the eclipse. All schools are going to be closed. Has anyone else heard this sort of information? Whether this is from a government source, local government, I don't know. This is just an email, and I want people to let everyone know if you've had similar collaborations, okay, or information presented. The military base will be closed. Many businesses like dentist offices have been closed already. Hospitals have done emergency preparedness drills. Now, if any of you guys follow my brother in America, JW, he has touched on this already. He has been speaking to someone on the phone who works for Homeland Security off the back of a meeting which them guys have had recently in the area. And they have all been saying that there has been all of these training drills with military and medical in and around all of the areas, the main hotspots where this eclipse is going to be viewed. Okay, we need to get as much information and factual information, not bullshit, because we don't want to bullshit. We need to get as much facts as we can. That's why I love this community, because we can share what we're actually seeing. I'm really appealing to you guys in America to share this with fellow Americans so we can really knuckle down and find out what is looking like it's going to happen. I smell a rat personally. Something definitely is planned. And you've heard that term, never let a crisis go to waste. They can flip that word crisis with event very easily. And absolutely they will. Okay. Like we've touched on earlier, astrologically speaking, it's an end cycle. Okay, like we saw earlier with Jason's presentation with the slide, that eclipse, another eclipse, and the precise date in the middle. And look at what was released on that date. Insane, incredible. But we read on with the email. Gonna need a drink. Hospitals have done emergency preparedness drills. Many days off have been cancelled for emergency workers, police, fire, EMTs, doctors, and nurses. All hotels, motels, campsites are booked up. Have you come up against the same thing? It's strange because the official advice is for people to stay home, yet all of the campsites and motels, etc., are all booked up. You won't be able to book any accommodation in where the viewing sites are going to be. Okay. Now, we looked at the map earlier of the projected path where that was going to happen. So check this out. Rooms that would normally cost $50 to $180 a night are now going out for $300 to $1,000 a night just because it's eclipse time. Okay. Bus services will be suspended and limited in most areas of the city. Wow. Also, there's rumors circulating, but I reiterate, these are just rumors about cartel gang members have crossed open borders, plan to drive over the roads using motorbikes and guns. I really don't know about that. Interesting. You remember when we spoke about what happened? Let me just pull it up quick because this is quite interesting. Yeah, there it is. When you looked at the 14th of December 2020, that was when it was. Do you remember me saying that all of those Google services mysteriously went down for all of that time during that precise day? Now, listen to this. This is the same thing. In the areas where the eclipse is going to be viewed in America, more over Texas, etc., we have had numerous hacks on our phone and internet systems, our banks, our medical records, and other things. What's scary to me is that the day of Biden's State of the Union address, he started to speak 20 minutes late because of it. Now, we're going to jump straight into the live chat because I know we have got real proper American sleuths on the case now. Now, is this factual information? I remember reading somewhere, I'm sure I did, that indeed that speech was delayed for 20 minutes because there were cyber attacks and all sorts of things. Now, I know someone on here, I can't remember, I think it was Pam, who's a moderator on the channel. AT&T, you remember when that went down? Do you think that was a coincidence? Do you think that was just a random thing that just happened to happen, or were they testing things? Like I said, how many? Can you imagine? This is a curveball. Can you imagine the Great Reset coming on that day, the 8th of April, the eclipse? Can you imagine that? All of the internet went down in America for the whole day, and it was down for a week, a month, a day. Can you imagine the chaos? Unbelievable. Who really knows? The CIA, Homeland Security, FBI, CISA, the US agency in charge of cybersecurity. Aha. Interesting. Were locked out of their systems. They were locked out of their systems for at least 20 minutes. And apparently it's quite hard to find information about this, okay? Yeah, can you imagine what would happen if the police, fire, 911 are all locked out of their comms? Well, in America, in the UK, sorry, we have what's called the Tetra system, which is a digitally scrambled network for emergency services. Who remembers back in the day in the UK where you can tune into the radio and you can hear the police? Now it's all really encrypted. And if you don't know Barry Trower, who has heard the name Barry Trower? He is the guy who invented the Tetra encoded messaging system that the police currently use. And that guy has done an awful lot with 5G. What he doesn't know about the dangers of 5G and the stuff that we can't see, Wi-Fi, 4G, etc. It's all seriously bad. So yeah, it's interesting how that links in. Our grid has been hacked several times over the past couple of months, so our electricity has been cut several times. Now, I'm not sure if this is Texas. I know Texas had their own internal workings with their own energy and electricity. Tetra can be decoded. Well, let's all know how you do that. That'd be incredible. Imagine that if that got out. Anyway, well, the electricity has been cut several times every week for months. We have boil water alerts on different streets throughout the city. We have had thousands of military members deployed to other countries recently. So many homes are empty. Many homes in our area are for sale, do not have for sale signs on their yards because illegal migrants are crossing the borders illegally and they are literally moving into vacant houses. Let me know if any of you guys have seen or heard anything about that in America. Now, it might just be isolated to Texas. I don't know. I'm suspecting the bulk majority of these incidences could well be in Texas for the basic simple fact that that vicinity in regards to the border crossing access point is literally there. Okay. So it'd be interesting if you guys in the live chat have heard anything about this. Some of these vacant houses will be found to be rented out during the eclipse by people who do not own the home but rented it out for cash and left the area. That's highly possible. Yeah, one home may be rented to numerous people who will show up to a house expecting a B&B only to find that they are standard and it's just a bog standard empty home. Right. I have other things happening right now. They're out of time. I will send you more intel as this develops. Thank you to the person who is not going to be named about that. It's really cool. So yes, we're going to yes, squatters' rights, etc. 6G, yeah, they're already running trials in Japan. That's true. Well, this is from Janice. Definitely illegals just taken over houses and not just Texas. I suspected it wouldn't be just Texas. Wow, that's crazy. Shiva, hope you're going well, sir. Good to see you again. And yeah, I don't know what time. We might be able to make Jason's live stream tomorrow. That'd be awesome. We'll see if we can stay awake. I think it might be 6 p.m., which is okay for us over here. I know sometimes Jason does his live streams at midnight. It's a bit too much for us in the UK. Wow, look at that. We got some more juicy to get on with in a sec, as Jason says. So yes, my last bottle of beer in the house just happens to be that one, which is my all-time personal favorite. Look at that, 1698. That's the year when that ale was discovered, brewed, and produced by one of the oldest breweries in the UK. 1698. Quite old, isn't it? How many places in America are older than that? Let me know in the live chat. Right. Okay. And we've got an original King George pint pot. Very, very sought after now. So if you find one of these, grab them. If you want a real beer in a real proper pint pot, none of that Stella Artois, poncy little flute glasses. No, we've got a real proper good old pint mug right now from jolly old England. And we all know how to pour a beer, don't we? There we go. Perfezione. Right. Well, you got a new member in the house. Awesome. Cheers to the new member. We'll find out in a sec. Let's have a quick look. Right. We have a shout out to Donald Macy. Good to see you. Welcome to the new members area. Awesome. Now, listen, speaking of members area, I'm going to really try, if I get time next week, to launch the second tier members area. On that second tier members area, so far, you will be privileged to see, at the minimum, 8 interviews with Jason Bashir's Danny Rampling, the famous DJ on Radio 1. We've got John Hogue, the guy who's the world's leading scholar into prophecies and Nostradamus, and many, many, many others as well. Okay, Neil McCoy Ward's on there. We've done loads. So that members area hopefully will be up and running very, very soon. Not only that, there are going to be a members only live stream as well. Where we are going to have some serious Q&A. Okay, so that new members area is going to be hitting this channel over the next 10 days or so. So stay tuned for that. I'm going to try and get a newsletter updated to go out on Monday because we've been a bit up against it recently. So we're going to get back on track and get that nailed. Okay. All right, let me just remove that. Now, this, there has been some confusion lately about some comms. So, oh. Sweet. Okay, so if anyone wants to send me an email, oh, why does it move when I touch it? There we go. There's the email address. Okay, I might just keep that on there. I did make a mistake earlier and forgot the Intel @ but if you want to send an email to me about the stuff that we've been talking about tonight on this live stream, send it to me. Even if you're watching the replay, it's fine. It doesn't matter. Okay, I will be going through my emails, all of them next week, and I've got a lot. I have got a lot of emails to go through. So that is my email address right on that screen right now. intel@funky-prepper.com. Okay, that's the email address. Whilst we're speaking of that, just go into the chat. Right. Awesome. Okay, that's a strange email. Someone's saying they live about 2 hours east of Dallas, Texas, in the countryside, and is right in the path of the eclipse. Wow. Stay tuned and let me know what you got as it hits, okay? Another one, people just send me a YouTube link without anything. So that's crazy. Anyway, yeah, that's crazy, crazy, crazy. So yeah, what other things do you think they're going to pull over? Now, one of the things which is being talked about a lot. Now, we don't know at this point if there's factual truth behind this. It seems like to me it's an internet rumor. Okay, there is a lot of talk, and it's strange because I have had some information sent to me. Oh, I've got about 10 days now, maybe 9 days now, about there has been agencies in the US, I think mainly in Texas and some of that area where this eclipse is going to be going across. There's been lots of training about medical stuff. Okay, so and someone also said bio. So maybe there is word around a campfire about a bio terrorist attack happening at the time that everyone is going to be outside looking at the eclipse. Now, who knows? Only time will tell. The thing is, it seems that when the issue happened in 2020, it seemed to catch the majority of the global population off guard. Okay, but there is so much talk about bioterrorist attacks are going to happen before the date it's due to happen. It doesn't seem to be any secrecy anymore. It seems either lots of people are aware and waking up and questioning things and doing research and using the internet to get the message out there before SHTF. It's all plausible. Let's have a look. Yeah, the Devil's Comet. I know, exactly. And someone said the eclipse will turn on the special people. Okay. Again, it's just all internet rumors, in my opinion. FEMA. Yeah. Let me just see. That's interesting you said FEMA. Directly impacting 13 states and numerous metropolitan areas. That's the Department of Transport in the US announcing that earlier. Cedar Park. That's in Texas, I believe. Ohio. Yeah, do you know what? This is quite interesting. This is from a .gov site, so this is official. Right, okay, we're going to go live and we're going to share this with you right now. Okay, this is just dropped. Now, we're talking about preparedness because, after all, this is a prepper channel. So, what is going down in Texas? Okay, so this is official, as we can see. You can check out the URL on the top. It's a .gov site, so it's not phony. All right, so look at this. The solar eclipse preparedness. Stock up on essentials, fill up your petrol tank, pick up prescription, schedule appointments, and sign up for a warm Central Texas. Warm Central Texas, sorry, not warm. Wear eclipse glasses. Really? Please don't wear these eclipse glasses. People have been looking at the eclipse for millennia, and none of them had frigging glasses. The library will not have eclipse glasses. Oh, that's good. Do not stop on the road shoulders to view the eclipse. Okay. There's a lot of people saying don't do this and don't do that. It sounds like America is not as free as most of us are led to believe. It sounds like lots of people love telling citizens what to do in America. How about freedom and kiss my ass? If I want to park on the road shoulder and look, I will. You're not impacting any traffic. Kiss my ass. The city of Cedar Park will not have any viewing events. Oh, that's very kind. No overnight parking. Do you know what? I don't like this place. Cedar Park. They sound like, look at this. What a bunch of killjoys. Unbelievable. Is this what it's like in America now? We're all being told that it's the land of the free and the home of the brave. There we go, boys and girls. If you want a fancy little countdown clock, there it is. If you're not prepared and you're in that zone, you better get your ass in gear. Wow. That's a pretty cool map. See if I can bring that in a bit. Probably not. No, it's as close as I'm going to get it. God damn it. Okay. Wowee. There's a lot of people in America going to see that, isn't there? Yeah. No wonder it's big biz right now. Okay, we zoom back to 100%. Sign up for emergency alerts. I wouldn't. I really wouldn't. Wow. So there it is. Who knew? Who knew how lack of freedom there is in America? Wow, 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 wow. The weird thing is, lots of people in America have got guns. If you've got guns, why are you letting people talk to you like that? It's insane. Don't do this and don't do that. Really? This is Texas. And I know you can carry firearms in Texas, and I believe you can open carry and concealed carry. Wow. They're telling people you can't do this and you can't do that. Insane. Absolutely insane. Yeah, there's some truths being said on here which I can't repeat because of the YouTube goddamn terms and conditions. 1,000. Well, we've had a lot of people just literally hang in here and contribute to the chat. It's amazing. Wowee. Yeah, there's emails coming in right now. Someone says about NASA have just picked up something. Wow. Okay. Probe sent a barrier shielding the Earth. Blimey. Yeah, honestly, there's so much stuff coming in about this. Wow, bloody hell. Right. Right. Okay. Now, this one's quite cool. So we're going to see where this runs. Okay. Wow, look at that. And we've not even talked about aliens yet. Has anyone heard anything about aliens coming and attacking and taking over the planet, or coming up from the ground in their caves with all their reptilian suits on and stuff? I'm not joking. Do you know what? They are going to be pushing so much BS out there to try and smokescreen this eclipse. But the thing that really does flick my switch when I start to see coincidences with dates, repetitions, cycles, major players on the planet being diagnosed with cancer, certain amounts of time, it's nuts. That sort of thing makes me sit up and take interest. All of the other stuff, and let's face it, there is a lot of BS, and all of the stuff surrounding the eclipse. We really do need to just sit back and just push all of that crap away. You guys in the chat, Robin K, how's it going? Rust, brilliant. Oh, we got some cool dogs in the house. Old Bag, Viv B, John Homer, brilliant. Cheech, I know. Honestly, mate, that's what I've been hearing. I don't believe it. I don't buy into that BS. Okay, how many of you have seen aliens? I've not. I've seen a couple of UFOs for real, but I've not seen aliens. And all they are is unidentified flying objects. I'm not saying they're from outer space. In my opinion, lots of it's stuff which we do here on planet Earth, and it's stuff that we're not going to know about because it's all like cloak and dagger secret stuff. So yeah, there you go. The military is 50 years ahead of what we know. Secret military, yes. Bog standard military, no. I've been in the military myself, 3 years in infantry reserve, and I know that. Yeah, there's stuff out there which we don't know. You're talking special forces, you're talking Delta Force and SAS are going to have the lead in new stuff. Okay, so I know that some of the Royal Marines have been showcasing lots of weird new tech, but trust me, that's already behind what the SAS have got and what they've been playing around with. Oh, interesting about Danny with the ancient aliens. Yeah. Well, like I say, we're all waking up at different levels, and we're not all gonna believe in the same thing. So, yeah, Hitler. I know. Absolutely, I agree with that. Project George, well done. Project Bluebeam. Now, who has heard of that before? Yeah, about the lasers and the holograms, projections. Absolutely. That technology has been around for 30 years now. Can you imagine how on point it is? They might have even evolved that tech to something that way surpasses the blue beam experiments. I reckon so, for sure. The tic tac is real. Yeah. Yeah, all of this, I'm not getting sidetracked with the alphabet people. Those guys have freaking got mental problems. I'm not interested. Right. Let me come out of that. Hope you guys are joining the chat so far, and thank you for liking the live stream and hitting the thumbs up. That really helps. And if you want to stick around and see future videos, yeah, please consider subscribing. It really helps. If you want to take part in the chat, you've got to subscribe. It's just how it is these days. It's one way that we can get around trolls. Only you guys that make YouTube videos will know this. If you don't, you just won't get it. It is what it is. Oh, man. I'm not falling for that flat earth nonsense either. Wow, what's this? Okay. Right. Ah, this is another thing. I think my brother JW was covering this. Yes, interesting. There was so much information that I had. It's been a tech crazy time. I think it's this. Yeah, here we go. Now, who remembers the balloons that the Chinese were mucking around with in the US last year before? Wow. Check this out. Nationwide eclipse ballooning project. This is real, okay? If you don't believe me, go and check it out yourself. There is going to be multiple balloons launched at the time of the eclipse. And look at all of the places involved. Maryland, Albany, lots of unis that are doing experiments and stuff with this. Now, there's all sorts of theories and conspiracies that once these are all launched, that they're going to explode, releasing some dangerous, toxic, bloody God knows what, which is going to like knock loads of people out, etc. I don't know. I really don't know. Well, welcome to Alistair. We have another new member. Fantastic. I appreciate that. All of you guys who are supporting. Fan bloody tastic. We have got House Fairy. Thank you. We've got Owen as usual. John. Oh yeah, I don't look at this. Don't trust the government. No, no, no. I definitely do not trust the government. Where are they where we need help, eh? Yeah, fair play. Fair play, John, and John's a member as well. We appreciate that. Oh, DJ, thanks for that, sir. What's the latest on the monolith on the remote Welsh Hill? I've not heard anything. We actually went up to go and see it, but the weather was so bad to get up there was like, it's not a tiny little lump to get up there. It is a very, very difficult climb. So no, we bottled that one. Owen, thank you for that. Yeah, absolutely. Carry on prepping for sure. You should never stop prepping. Top Cat, appreciate that. Excellent. We knew it was happening. Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. And also thank you to Martin. Very kind on PayPal. Really appreciate that. That really helps actually because it's been a bit of a crazy time. Yeah, let me see. Something's just popped into my head. Let's go and see if we can see what the man has to say. Bloody hell, 177.9 million followers. It's quite a lot of people. No, very, very strange. One person, let me just check. Ah, okay. We're getting somewhere. That's the 15th. All right, okay. I need some help. I've never seen. Apparently, the National Guard, 100,000 people may be in the country for the event. Yeah. Why the hell would the National Guard get involved in the solar eclipse? There's so much stuff bubbling on behind the scenes there. This is like one great big puzzle, which we've all been left to try and understand. It's crazy. Right, okay. Cedar Lake in Jackson County, Illinois, closest town to this exact astronomical Makanda, population of 500, the nearest city of any size. Oh, Christ, that's ages ago. All right. Nah. That's interesting. Not Elon Musk. Okay. Right. No, forget it. I'm wasting my time on that lunatic. No, there's nothing coming out of Mr. Elon Musk about the eclipse, which is very strange. We all know how crazy he is about space and X and all of the rest of it. So far, a little bit quiet. Okay. Rose Cross. Yeah, we've already talked about that, Paul. Absolutely. That was the Kate reference that I come across earlier. Yeah, 17 days before 17 in Freemasonry is the Rose Cross. Absolutely. No, sure. The symbols are out there. You just need to really understand how they work and try and cross-reference them with other things. There's so much information out there. You need a lot of time. And unfortunately, that's what's at a premium, isn't it? So, yeah, what we're going to need to do, I need to check this real quick. Knowing more that Jason Brashears is going to be lined up, ready to come on. No, it's all gone quiet. Right. Hopefully, if you are errants, we're going to see you on Jason Brashears' live stream tomorrow. It's going to be really, really interesting. I might try and pick it up on my community post. Dudley, thank you for becoming a new member. Awesome. We got quite a few now. Appreciate that. So, yes, that's me done for today. The problem is trying to get this live stream organized and set up. There is so much information just breaking all of the time. It's really, really difficult because the intel coming in about this is fluid. It really, really is. I mean, even that stuff with Kate literally just broke just before. And then as soon as I started correlating dates and events and times and eclipses and moonings and Freemasonry links, all of a sudden that stuff coming on in Moscow popped as well. It's been very difficult. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to try and figure out more information which gets presented. And there might be some live streams coming out next week during the day or in the evening, but shorter ones, because I can see this growing big time. We have not reached the pinnacle regarding information with this eclipse. There is so much more to this than what we are currently learning to understand. Hopefully, Jason's found some time to dive deeply into that. Okay. Right. Let me just put. Excuse me. So we put right. So if you guys don't know, I can highly recommend my mate in Texas. He's got a YouTube channel where he really talks about this stuff with huge knowledge. Okay, this is the YouTube channel, ARCHAIX, Archaics. All right, this is his YouTube channel. Okay, now you will find links in the live stream to this YouTube account, and he will be going live. Let me just double check. There we go, tomorrow. Now this is insane, because this one here, this was 1 day ago. It's had 57,000 views already. This video is insane. It will blow your mind. This one, which is part 2, it's going to be incredible. Okay. Now I'm going to get notified with that one because I can't miss this. So it's 7 o'clock. Yeah, thanks, honey. That's true. So yes, thank you very much. That's cool. Yeah. Also, where is it? Oh, you guys who have been helping big time. We smashed the target for the sponsored walk, which I'm doing next week. No way out. It's going down. I've already done training. I've covered 8 miles already, so it's going to be okay. Yes, there is a link floating around somewhere in the live chat about the events at Combat Stress. That's really, really cool. So if you can, brilliant. It really, really helps. If you can donate, you don't have to, but it really helps. It seriously does. And a big thanks to everyone who's taken part in this live stream tonight. And we are itching to find out as much as we possibly can. Ben, good to see you, buddy. Is a human megaport. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he spent like nearly 30 years constantly reading serious books, not just BS books, old books. And yes, I'm going to be heading over. I think it's 7 o'clock tomorrow UK time, so that's a good time for us in the UK. And awesome. I'm going to continue to whack him emails because him and Dawn's got so much going on, and we are going to set up a live stream real soon. Stay tuned for that. Everyone who's become a member, fantastic. Everyone who's donated, you guys are awesome. And everyone who shared this video, if you shared this, bless you, it's awesome. It's one of the only ways to get this stuff out there, to get us all talking, to get the emails coming in, so we can try and figure out what's going on, so we can literally help each other, because the stuff that's going on out there, you don't really want to be caught up in it if you can. We need to prep, we need to plan, we need to stay funky big time. And lastly, but not least, thanks to all of the moderators out there. You guys know who you are. Your name's in blue. You've got that funky large spanner, and you guys rock. Fantastic. And not forgetting all of the members. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. It really does go down well and is massively appreciated. So you guys take care. We'll see you next week, definitely. And we'll see you on the live stream on Jason's channel tomorrow. Don't forget, we'll see you in the chat. You guys take care. Thanks for watching and stay funky.